Morning Annette, we're on a dog walk. There's Whisper. I apologise for the traffic noise, we're a bit near the A21. But it's very nice up here in the early morning due to the sunrise, as you can see. It's lovely. We're going to walk up there and then do a circle. We're part of the estate at the moment. It's just a shame that there's the dual carriageway right over there. You can probably see some of the cars, but we will move away from it. It's a lovely morning. He's ready to rock and roll, aren't you, Whisper? Say hello to Annette. He's a dog of very few words, aren't you, lad? Whisper, say hello. Oh, he doesn't like looking at the camera either. Okay, we've come out of the conifers, now in this deciduous bit of the woodland. We're still near the road, as you can hear, bit of open farmland over there. And narrow, the path's getting narrow, it gets really narrow later on. I'll put a picture in. Whisper's just hiding behind that tree. We're heading west at the moment, or west-southwest. But yeah, this is obviously, we've got no leaves on at the moment, being winter over here. I can see the breath of Whisper in the distance. We zoom in on it. Probably not on my phone. Whisper spotted some deer. That's why he's just looking. Without moving his head, he just stopped. I don't see them unless he's seen them. They're actually, I'm actually pointing at it there, but oh, can you see it in the middle, looking at us? A bit blurry this. He's a good boy though, he doesn't chase them. You can see it right in the middle of the shot there. He'll run off in a minute probably. He's gone and sat down. He's a good boy. But it's not moved yet. If I move my arms in the air, it might move off. Oh, there's another one. Yeah. They're not being very attentive today. Move out a bit so you can... Not too much blurriness. Two females by the look of it, unless his anklers have fallen off. We do have males as well. Go on, move. We can't go on if you don't sit there. Go on, off you go. He's a good boy though. You don't run after them nowadays. He would in the past, when he was younger. Well, we'll move that way and you can see me. I can see them looking at me. Oi! Go on! Bugger off! No, I'm going to have to start walking over there. Well, there are actually 3 deer. There's one to the left that I hadn't seen. We're now further on, and this is where they're actually doing the logging. This is an active estate where they do logging and shooting for pheasants. You like the pheasants, don't you, Whisper? He does. And so at the moment they're logging up there, hence the sign on the tree. There's a car up there, so they must be clearing up or whatever. Technically, I'm not supposed to be walking on these trails, and there's not a proper footpath, but everyone does. So we just keep it out of the way of the loggers. They don't care, but the estate manager sometimes says, you shouldn't be here. But he doesn't come up much nowadays. He's got a dog called... what's his dog called? Oh, it was an English... It was a Springer Spaniel called Freckles, that's the name. So I got on quite well with him actually, although they did say you're not supposed to be walking here. And we just talked about our dogs. Everyone loves dog. Well, when the dog walking obviously. Yeah, I'm just rambling it on now because it's such a lovely day. I'm going to go down there, he's already on his way home for tea, for breakfast. Right. Now this is an interesting old tree. You used to hang castle rustlers off there back in the day. Yeah, even Ned Kelly, once he got his armoured bucket off his head. Actually, you're Australian, you probably realise that's not true. Quite an interesting architectural dead tree though. I don't know how long it's been there, dead. And we've got an old road here, well, a semi-road. Interesting story actually, while you're here. On the other side of the estate, back in the war years, the American engineers had a base where they kept all their armaments before D-Day out because it's out in the wild, so if it got hit by anything it wouldn't blow up. Like, it wasn't in the middle of London, obviously. And so you can see all the brickworks where they had round brick things for holding the ordnance, and the foundations of the old barracks, so that's quite interesting. And about 2 years ago somebody found a mortar that had been still not exploded, so they had to explode it. So there must be still some unexploded ordnance up there, but not very much now. I think it was only a training mortar, so it didn't have anything in it, but it still had the propulsion that threw it up in the air. So they had to explode it. Yeah, that's my fact for the day. Whisper, you see, you don't. I give Annette all these facts. You don't seem to give tuppence, do you? Don't care a toss. Oh. He thinks with his nose. That's his problem. Okay, we're back near to the other end of where I did the first video this morning. You can tell by the trees. That's the some of the estate over there. You can see where they've been logging the trees, and they go back very quick. They're actually sweet chestnut trees. So they coppice them, so if it's just one, cut it down and then it grows loads out. So they get 4 out of every, or 5 out of every one. And they must grow back about 5 or 6 foot a year. So it's quite a good crop for them. All obviously are a lot younger than the ones at the top, which haven't been cut down for years. But some even shorter ones over there, so they do sections obviously. Still a lovely day. This was just been chasing some crows that were sitting around here. Didn't do it for very often, for much, because he's 9 years old now. He might get one of these sticks if he gets a bit fruity and starts. He likes ones that disintegrate in his mouth like a bone, chomping on a bone. So those are his favourite. The ones that are half rotten, he likes the feel of those when they're disintegrated. Makes him feel like he's a wolf again, I guess. There's my walking sticks I need because of my dodgy legs and dirty knees from when I always fall over. Yeah, these roots are the worst things. You can just see one there. I don't spot them and then I'm arse over tit. Anyway, see you in it. It's probably been my last video of the day. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll stick it on YouTube. It's too big to send by email.